Hello, hello! If you don't already know me, my name is Brian G. Murphy, and this is my YouTube channel. And if you do already know me, welcome back. Together we have conversations about things that matter. And this week, there's 2 videos in 1 week. While we're on the subject, starting this week, or starting last week actually, I'm going to be uploading a new video every Wednesday evening. I'm committing to that schedule. You can check back and see me here every week, Wednesday evenings. Put it out into the universe, it's gonna happen. For right now, a few days ago I saw a video by Connor Manning, who is one of my favorite YouTubers. Him talking about bisexuality and mental health has done more for me than I can possibly put into words. If you aren't already subscribed, I'll put a link below with all of his info so you can get signed up. But a few days ago he made a video in response to a question or a submission he got on Tumblr about relationships, and I just needed to dig into it. If you haven't already seen that video, I'm gonna put a link to it right here and in the description box below. Go check it out and come back. The question was about what to do when your crush likes someone else, starts dating someone else, starts a relationship with someone else. And the person asking the question sort of implied, and the response took for granted that this person would maybe be choosing someone else over you. And I think that's sort of a natural reaction, right? Like if I like someone and that person starts dating someone else or starts a relationship with someone else or is otherwise uninterested in me, it can sometimes feel like they're choosing this other person over me. And I want to sort of push back against that notion. And I want to push back on that for 2 reasons. This idea that the person you like is choosing someone else over you reinforces the idea that love is scarce, that this person has a finite amount of love and they can either give it to you or they can give it to someone else. And I just don't think that's true. Now maybe you or this person or both of you only want to give your sort of deep romantic love to one other person, and that's totally cool. Monogamy works for a lot of people, but it's not true that they're necessarily choosing this other person over you. So if you are one of those people that feel like you like 2 people and you feel like you have to choose, you don't have to choose. You can love them both in different ways or in similar ways. And if this is something that you've never heard of or that's blowing your mind, it's called polyamory. Lots of people form relationships this way, and I will put some resources to polyamory in the description below. But first and foremost, I just want to say that the idea that someone necessarily has to choose one person over another is just not true. Secondly, and perhaps even more importantly, when you frame it with this person chose someone else over me, you make the decision all about that other person. Well, I lost to them. If it wasn't for them, maybe I would have had a chance. And that's not necessarily true. Sometimes people just don't want to be with you, whether they're not attracted to you, you don't have compatible interests, you don't have compatible values, you want to live in different places. Any number of things could cause a potential partner to not want to pursue your relationship any further. It doesn't necessarily have to be because they like someone better than you. I know for me that getting rejected can really sting, whether that's I get rejected outright or I never even express my feelings and then I see that person developing a relationship with someone else and I'm like, oh, that could be me, why don't you love me? Or we start something and then it just doesn't go anywhere. That can sting, but I think what I'm learning to know is that's okay, that sometimes relationships just don't work out, and that doesn't mean you're a bad person, it doesn't mean you're undesirable, it doesn't mean you do something wrong. Sometimes the other person just doesn't want to be with you. Though it can be difficult at times, what I need to remember is that if a person doesn't want to be with me, I don't really want to be with them either, because I'm not really desiring that person, I'm desiring some idea of that person, this idea of a person that is more available, reciprocates my feelings in a certain way, communicates with me in a certain way, and that person doesn't exist. That person is a character in my own head. I'm not saying that if you like someone and they're not interested in you, or they start a relationship with someone else, that doesn't sting or hurt or, oh my god, I know that feeling like in my body. It sucks. And I'm not saying you should just get over it, or you shouldn't feel that way, or you should immediately turning into a learning lesson. Absolutely not. Your feelings are real and that you feel them. And so find ways to take care of yourself, whether that's by yourself or whether that's with some friends or whether that's with a therapist or a mental health professional or whether it's some combination of the above. Recognize those feelings, work to take care of yourself, feel them, but also know that it's not the end of the world and it's not necessarily that someone else is better than you. It's just that that person wants something different in their life right now, and they might in fact want you later. Take this time to find ways that you can love yourself and learn more about what you want out of life and out of a relationship or out of relationships, and know that you are a whole person and you are valuable and that the world needs you regardless of whether this crush that you have reciprocates or not. That's all I got for you today. As I said earlier, I've got a new video coming out every Wednesday evening. If you want to make sure you get those when they come out, click the subscribe button below. If you want to connect with me on Twitter and Facebook and Tumblr and Instagram, I'll put all those links in the description below, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye for now.